if foo or bar or baz is none. I've been refactoring some rather crufty code and came across the following rather odd construct. And I was wondering if this would ever make any conceivable sense. I changed it to something like, I did fire up an interpreter and actually try the first construct. It only seems to work if the values are all false and the last of these false values is none. In other words, Python's implementation seems to return the first true or last false value from a chain of OR expressions. I still suspect that the proper code should use either the any or all built-ins, which were added 2.5. The code in question already requires 2.7. I'm not yet sure which are the preferred/intended semantics, as I'm just starting on this project. So is there any case where this original code would make sense?
It's behaving that way because OR is a short-circuit operator. Details are in docs. Thus your first if statement is equal to. We could guess what author of that code expected. I think that, as you mentioned, he thought of using not all, ups.foo, ups.bar, ups.baz.
The short-circuiting behavior causes foo or bar or baz to return the first of the three values that is Boolean true, or the last value if all are Boolean false. So it basically means, if all are false and the last one is none. Your changed version is slightly different. If none in, ops.foo, ops.bar, ops.baz, will, for instance, enter the if block if ops.foo is none and the other two are 1, whereas the original version will not, because none or 1 will evaluate to 1, which is not none. Your version will enter the if when any of the three is none, regardless of what the other two are, whereas the original version will enter the if only if the last is none and the other two are any Boolean false values. Which of the two versions you want depends on how the rest of the code is structured and what values the options might take, in particular, whether they might have Boolean false values other than none, such as false or 0 or an empty string. Intuitively your version does seem more reasonable, but if the code has peculiar tricks like this in it, you never know what corner cases might emerge.
I would prefer, as it exactly expresses the intended goal. Auto does check for falseness, not for none. The original code doesn't seem to make sense. It seems to have been written by someone unaware what they are doing.
Let's try both two of your code. You can see your rewrite is not same as the original code. Your first condition only return true when all of your variables is none. So you can rewrite your first condition too.
If you want his book channel, please consider liking and subscribing.